Most men spend their lives confused, chasing love, validation, and fleeting happiness from women, only to end up heartbroken, used, or trapped. But over 200 years ago, philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer exposed the raw, uncomfortable truths about female nature, brutal realities most men refuse to face. By the end of this, you'll see where you've been deceived and how to reclaim control. Schopenhauer didn't believe in fairy tales. He saw love for what it truly is, not a spiritual bond or destiny, but a biological trick, a ruthless illusion crafted by nature for one purpose: reproduction. That electric attraction you feel, that obsessive desire, your brain isn't connecting with her soul. It's calculating fertility, genetic compatibility, and survival advantages. And women? Their attraction works the same way, just with different priorities. He wrote, "Love is the ultimate goal of almost all human effort. It is more important than anything else in life." But he didn't mean it romantically. He meant it as a trap, a fleeting chemical high that fades the moment it serves its purpose. Think about it. How many men destroy themselves for women who leave without a second thought? How many marriages crumble once passion evaporates? That isn't coincidence. It's nature's design. Women don't choose men based on fairness, loyalty, or logic. They follow an ancient selection program, hardwired to seek status, security, and genetic superiority. Devotion alone won't suffice. Schopenhauer saw it clearly. Women are rarely guided by reason. They're driven by instinct and emotion. Look at dating apps, divorce courts, history. The pattern repeats. Biology doesn't bend. Most men believe love is mutual, that sacrifice and proof of worth earn devotion. Schopenhauer warned, to be loved, one must not just be just, but clever. Women don't fall for niceness, they fall for strength. Not just physical, but social, financial, and psychological. That's why the good guy finishes last. Not unworthy, but misunderstanding the game. Love isn't earned through service, it's earned through dominance. Ever notice how women lose interest once they've secured a man? The chase flips. Schopenhauer called it the tragedy of possession. The thrill isn't in having, it's in conquering. Men who cling too hard inevitably watch her walk away. But here's the twist. This isn't women's fault. It's nature's. The man who sees it stops blaming and starts strategizing. The lesson isn't hate, it's clarity. Love isn't fantasy, it's negotiation. The man who negotiates from weakness loses every time. The next truth is darker. Modern men are outplayed in every arena, but they can flip the script. Schopenhauer saw what most men today refuse to admit. The rules of attraction aren't fair, logical, or in your favor. Biology has its own laws. Women hold ultimate leverage, not cruelly, but by design. From puberty, her sexual value peaks, while a man's must be earned through struggle, status, and survival. He wrote bluntly, "Women are suited to being nurses and teachers by their own childish, frivolous, short-sighted nature. Youth and beauty are currency. She instinctively knows how to spend it while men toil to build worth." The paradox today is clear. Men are told to be emotionally vulnerable while women chase dominance. Shamed for traditional masculinity, exhausted providing in a system that rewards divorce courts and paternity tests, men face a rigged game. Women are naturally childish, frivolous, and short-sighted, and modern women have weaponized their advantage through social media. Attention has become currency, and men are the unpaid laborers. Why do men orbit, simp, and compete for scraps of validation? They've been sold a lie. Devotion alone is enough. Schopenhauer warned long before apps existed. Women are trained to be incapable of unconditional love. Female love is conditional, tied to utility. A man is cherished not for who he is, but for what he provides. Stop providing and the love fades. It's survival, not cruelty. Modern men stumble blind. They mistake attention for genuine interest. Women are drawn to men who don't need them. The moment you make her your purpose, respect disappears. Nice guys finish last. Marriages crumble when men sacrifice ambition. Women seek higher value men. Nothing destroys perceived value faster than neediness. Every interaction contains unspoken power struggles, and most men lose before realizing the battle began. She cries to avoid accountability. She withholds affection to train compliance. She flirts with others to test your confidence. Schopenhauer called this the tyranny of the weak. Women leverage perceived vulnerability to control stronger adversaries. The man who falls becomes a slave. The one who recognizes it becomes unstoppable. The first step to freedom is seeing the chains. Female nature isn't personal, it's biological. Stop taking it personally. Stop begging for loyalty, start inspiring it. The most dangerous lies aren't told by women, but by men to themselves. Schopenhauer's ultimate revelation wasn't about women, but the unflinching reality of human nature itself. After exposing the brutal truths, he offered something more valuable: liberation. This isn't about defeating women, it's about transcending the game entirely. Modern men make one fatal mistake. They believe happiness comes from female validation. Schopenhauer saw the illusion. Happiness we cultivate from ourselves exceeds that given by others. The men who thrive aren't those who conquer women, but those who conquer themselves. They develop consuming purpose so intrinsically rewarding that female attention becomes a bonus, not a necessity. History's great men built empires. They didn't chase. 3 pillars of unshakable masculinity. 1. Economic sovereignty. Money isn't happiness itself, but the freedom it secures. Control your finances, control your fate. 2. Philosophical depth. Exceptional men think for themselves, cutting through societal lies. 3. Physical mastery. The body is the vessel of your will. Weakness here breeds weakness everywhere. Emotional armor begins with realistic expectations. Stop expecting happiness, embrace freedom. Stop begging for love, approval, fairness, and suddenly they come to you. Remove yourself from the desperate masses, and you become the prize. The battle between men and women is biological theater spanning millennia. Wake up, stop blaming, start evolving. Don't resent female nature, adapt. Build a life so compelling women must meet your standards or watch them from the sidelines. We forfeit ourselves to fit in with others. The choice is yours. Chase illusions or step into power. The red pill isn't hate. It's loving truth enough to rebuild yourself in its image. This is where your real life begins.